It's a little strange to think about the fact that this counter service casual restaurant is a Michelin-Star restaurant. This is the first time any barbecue restaurants have earned a Michelin-Star. Michelin is known as a trusted authority when it comes to good food, high levels of hospitality, and to be recognized amongst the best in the world that way is just an incredible honor. It justifies what we've known the whole time, which is that there's just as much detail and difficulty in executing barbecue as anything else. Leroy and Lewis actually started as a food truck. We opened in the spring of 2017. No shade, no dining room, no bathrooms, no comfort of any kind. It was a plan the whole time to open a restaurant. We wanted the food truck to kind of introduce people to this different style of barbecue, but we knew that the amount of time we were going to be able to actually work at a food truck would be limited, knowing how difficult it is. Truthfully, I don't have a lot to do with the way the restaurant looks. That's not exactly my forte, but we expressed to the design team that we wanted it to reflect the menu and the philosophy of barbecue, which is new school barbecue. It needs to be a little bit familiar, a little bit new, a little bit old, a little bit interesting, yeah. When you're here early and it's really quiet, you know, the only sounds are the ones that you're making and you're kind of starting the fire. It's just like a slingshot, kind of all the way pulled back, and it's just got all this potential energy.
Got 3 different meats on right now. We have our brisket, we have our flat iron, and then we have our beef cheeks. All these will probably be on for about 12 to 15 hours, so got a very long day.
With the brisket, it gets put on a cold pit and then we bring the temperature up slowly, kind of like to raise the temperature of the meat and the pit at the same time.
So what is that you're writing right there?
So this is our logbook. It's something that we keep account of every day. We can go back and look. We're like, okay, cook was perfect, everything was good, everything was on time. A lot of people don't take that into consideration, but it does play into factor. I'd say this is probably the most labor-intensive thing we do too, is probably the burger. We have to double grind everything, and we have to weigh each patty out, which is 8 ounces. We do roughly 200 burgers a day, so it's gone up drastically.
So outside of the barbecue, would you say this is the most popular?
Yes, yes, for sure. A nice, beautiful half chicken right here. Nice and yellow. I'm gonna start prepping my chicken, get that going. That way we can get loaded up on that direct pit.
I remember when Texas Monthly came for their rankings for the 2021 list. Sure enough, they order every single thing on the menu. We cut everything for it. Everything looked really good. And then there was the really difficult time, which is waiting. So that was a nerve-wracking time. So that was the highest a food truck had ever ranked, was number 5. We had always thought in the food truck that we were doing more with less than a lot of people were capable of doing, and that really kind of justified and solidified that idea.
So we're gonna make these kind of like a nice, beautiful oval shaped. We're not gonna just plop it down. We're gonna get a nice, good form on it. That way, whenever they cook, it's nice and tight, nice and neat. Kind of look. On chickens, we do directly over those coals. So we'll throw the coals in, and chickens will sit on top. It's the burn barrel. Get all these coals broken down. That way, I have enough to feed both direct pits to keep them going.
We cook with post oak, only post oak. I think that's just the flavor of Texas to me. That's what Texas barbecue tastes like.
Come back for it. We're gonna get this 500 going, and I have some boneless beef ribs that we're gonna load up as well. It'll be a special tomorrow, I believe. This is boneless beef rib, which will probably be like steak and frites.
Everybody here is obsessed with barbecue. That's why we are all here, because we really like it a lot, because we want to make some of the best barbecue in Texas.
So chickens kind of look that, I mean, just kind of looking at them, I can tell the skin's ready. Nice and stiff. Sauce them up, and then we'll flip them. Nice, beautiful, dark on the backside. So that's gonna darken up some more. Just won't be direct. But yeah, those look pretty already.
So service staff usually starts getting in around 7 o'clock. People in the kitchen are arriving at that point, starting to do prep, starting to set up the kitchen line. Everybody really comes in with a great attitude every single day. It's hard to show up every single day and really make a positive difference in whatever it is. And I think every single person who works here shows up with that mentality every day.
If you're serious about cooking, then you're serious about cookware. And that's why Leroy & Lewis uses the stainless clad set for Made In. The curvature of the walls is calculated for deeper searing and easier flipping, and the rolled rim allows you to pour sauces without spilling. Made In cookware is Leroy & Lewis's cookware brand of choice, and that's not a surprise to me because I myself am a huge fan of Made In. So for the last 3 years, I've exclusively used this carbon steel frying pan, and let me tell you, this carbon steel frying pan is like the Swiss Army knife of pans. So it can take really high heat like a cast iron pan, but as you can see, it's much lighter than a cast iron. And at the same time, once you get it nice and seasoned, it develops a naturally nonstick surface. They also have a carbon steel griddle and press, the most versatile piece in their collection because it can be used outdoors on a grill, over an open flame, or indoors on a stove. Made In is used in over 2,000 other top-rated restaurants and hotel groups across America with over 100,000 five-star reviews. So you can be sure that you're getting tried and true professional quality products for your home kitchen. Check out all of Made In's fantastic cookware by using the link in my description to save on your next order.
These get smoked for about 5 hours on the offset. You get this nice, beautiful, you can tell, like that could have gone a little bit longer, but like that's kind of what we're looking for. I toss them in our mustard sauce. Like these center ones will finish very fast. But like I just want a nice good burn. Kind of like a 60% burn. Like that nice burn in look. You're having a brisket, you know?
Yeah. For beef, we use Heart Brand beef and Dean and Peeler and Laureen Farms and a little bit of 44 Farms. And for pork, we use Peaceful Pork and a little bit of Richardson Farms. So we get about between 3 and 4 whole hogs a week, and that's all the pork we get. It's important to me to use locally raised meat because I want to, first of all, I eat this meat and I want it to be the best. I don't want a bunch of antibiotic and hormone injected meat to be what I consume, nor would I serve to the public. Second of all, just on a fundamental level, the best barbecue in Texas should be made with animals raised in Texas. I think that part's pretty simple.
Alright, so So this is actually one shoulder. It had to break it in half, so. And we have our middle. Kind of tuck that in like you would like a turkey breast.
Some of the original barbecue places were meat markets. That means they'd bring in whole carcass, half carcass of pigs and beef. So kind of taking that idea and running with it. We're obviously not going to sell any raw meat, but we want to be able to cut down the animals and cook them in a way that has barbecue in mind when we're doing that. So using butchery as a creative outlet, as a way to draw creativity from, is one of like the main tenets of New School Barbecue.
Really good. Yeah? Oh, yeah.
So we do these steaks reservation only. These are hand-cut, house-butchered steaks that we either get in from a whole cow ourselves or we export from Dina Peeler out of Floresville. It's good stuff. They are really nice steaks. This is just kosher salt. I'm going pretty heavy on them.
Our pitmaster, Cole, is the best barbecue cook I've ever known. For how young he is, he's got just an incredible barbecue mind. He like already has the equivalent of multiple degrees in barbecue.
Have you done beef cheeks like this?
No, I've never even had beef cheeks until yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
they're amazing.
My favorite cut of barbecue, I'm gonna go ahead and say beef cheeks. That's my favorite cut. When we were first opening, it was 2017, and none of our local purveyors could get us brisket. They said, we have beef cheeks available. Can you smoke those? And I said, yeah, we'll do it. Something that we kind of stumbled upon here that I think really epitomizes New School Barbecue. It really surprises people, and it's really, really delicious.
Couldn't tell you this is the secret right here, motor oil.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
We just go around all the Jiffy Lubes and just ask for whatever they're gonna throw out. Royal Purple number 7 is what we're looking for.
Leroy and Lewis, the name just comes from the last names of the owners of the restaurant. Myself and my wife, Lindsay Leroy, and Nathan and Sawyer Lewis. I was a chef. My wife, Lindsay, does outward-facing communication, PR. Nathan brews beer, and Sawyer is a front of house everything. So all of it kind of lined up to where it made sense for us to work together. The mayor has recognized today.
I don't know, I guess we'll read the proclamation.
Because it will be a year since we have opened. They're officially declaring it Leroy and Lewis Day. The city decided they wanted to honor the restaurant, to recognize the restaurant. We are incredibly thankful and humbled by that.
We're really amazed with everything y'all have done here. It's been great for our city. We have people coming in, from all over the world eating in restaurants like yours, and we wanted to take a minute to recognize that and appreciate your hard work. Be it known that whereas after 7 years of food truck, Leroy and Lewis Barbecue opened their first brick and mortar restaurant and bar in South Austin in early 2024. And whereas in November, Leroy and Lewis received a Michelin-Star in the inaugural Texas Guide, making it one of the first barbecue restaurants in the world to receive this.
The most important thing I've learned on my journey is that you can't do anything alone. I love every single person who works here. They're all fantastic people. They're all incredible professionals at what they do.
So thank you guys. Thank you. Here's to many more years and more proclamations. Have a good Friday!
Leroy and Lewis is open Wednesday to Monday. We open at 11 a.m. So the restaurant's pretty big. It has a couple different dining rooms. We have kind of the main dining room that also has the barbecue line. That's how you order. You can get your alcoholic drinks from the bar if you want. People still wait outside here just because it's a busy restaurant. But if you are going to be waiting in line, at least you have a drink in your hand.
From the door, it's about an hour wait. We do have some great options available at the bar. Everything on the back of the menu is available at the bar.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Happy to have you. So one of the challenges that we have as a barbecue restaurant that is open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day is that we want to make sure to accommodate everyone that walks in the door. Some people obviously cannot afford to wait 2 hours in line. So we have an offering on the back of the menu, which we call our Anytime Eats menu. So one of the things we did when we designed this Anytime Eats menu was to make sure that we had our L&L burger on that menu. We wanted something that was a classic Leroy and Lewis dish that we could commit to never running out of.
The L&L burger is our signature burger. Brad Robinson and I kind of came up with this idea for this burger together. It is a house ground brisket patty that is seasoned heavily with salt and pepper, smoked to about medium rare, and then seared on a really hot griddle. It's served on a Martin's potato bun, has some of our burger sauce, which is 50-50 beef barbecue sauce and mayo, has some grilled onions and pickles and American cheese.
I have 3 plates.
Oh.
You want to come back for the last one? You can take that buzzer. Oh, you've done this before.
I will call our style of barbecue New School BBQ. New School BBQ basically means cooking outside of the traditional idea of barbecue. Expand the idea of what you serve on the side. Expand the idea of what are the desserts. Expand the service model. So basically, trying to take the core of barbecue, which is meat and smoke and fire, and then expanding from there.
That's awesome. You tried that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should definitely give it a shot.
What makes good barbecue? First of all, it has to be cooked well. And then beyond that, it has to be served correctly. You can either get a plate with 2 sides of whatever sliced barbecue that you want, or you can get a by the pound serving and kind of a picnic style side.
Happy Leroy and Lewis Day. What can we do for y'all today?
So we're gonna do ours to go.
Sure.
Half a pound of brisket.
Absolutely.
We have brisket. It is Akushi brisket from Heart Brand Beef, crunchy crust. That's our brisket. We have the pulled whole hog. There should be like strings of belly and flakes of loin and like chunks of rib. So everything kind of mixed together is really what makes the dish sing. It's the different textures. That's the point of the dish. We have direct heat smoked chicken from Truebird Farm. Chicken is very popular, really good. We have the flat iron, the signature sliced beef of this restaurant. It's almost like in between lean and fatty brisket. Okay, but it also has that sinew through the middle that breaks down and becomes sticky and unctuous like a beef cheek.
2 pounds of cheeks, who's getting that? That's me.
Do you want them sliced up?
No, just whole, sir.
Beef cheeks are just like a little tiny fist-sized brisket, but it has all the stickiness and unctuousness of eating barbacoa. It is just really, really good. It's ultimate beefy flavor in a tiny little package.
2 pounds of cheese.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you. Alvin smoked cheek meat. His other food is good, brisket's good, but this is the greatest stuff.
We have the cheddar cheese cake. That was a holdover from the food truck. That one's really good. We also have the German chocolate cobbler, pecan and coconut cobbler with a chocolate cobbler topping. That is a buttermilk ice cream.
All the desserts are great too. We've had them all, but I think this is my favorite. And then the sides here are just by far the best that you'll get at any barbecue place.
I'm half Hispanic. That reflects in the food that I eat, in the food that I like to cook. So the chori papas is a side dish that are on the menu that is something my grandmother made growing up for me. Uncased beef chorizo mixed with fried red potatoes. We have Texas red chili Frito pie, which is my favorite dish on the menu. I think we stand out by continuing to do what we do. We have to challenge ourselves to come up with things that are uniquely Leroy and Lewis, that are somewhat familiar but somewhat new. I first got into barbecue just living and growing up in Austin. It was ubiquitous, it was everywhere growing up here. But it wasn't until I really left Austin and Texas, went to places that didn't really have barbecue like Tallahassee, Florida, New York City, that I really missed it like enough to get involved in it, to really want to put myself in the position to be able to cook it well. Brisket is the biggest deal in Texas. It's the definitive cut of Texas barbecue. When I'm making the foil boat, we crimp the foil outward. That is so it gives you handles on the side of the boat. The aluminum foil just doesn't get that hot, so you can use it as a handle to kind of move the hot briskets around. The idea behind the foil boat is to make the fat crunchy and then to have everything else, nice and rendered and soft under that. It's just essentially two cross sections of aluminum foil that are crimped out to form a boat, and that has sides to it that is open on the top. I think a great chef or a great pitmaster should be able to teach people really well. Being a good pitmaster means that you have a good team, that you're a good leader.
This is for the night service?
Yeah, the tri-tips are.
Where do you guys sear the tri-tips at?
So we have a wood-fired grill inside, and that's where we're gonna sear them off
Same
at.
place the carrots are done?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that same grill.
We have a dinner menu that we've just launched on the weekends. We also put tri-tip on the menu at 5 o'clock as kind of the dinner time sliced beef. We have a lot of other stuff besides just traditional by the pound barbecue.
Thank you very much.
We have a dinner menu now that has a couple dishes. It has a grilled bok choy dish. It has a steak frites. It also has a smoked beef bourguignon.
That stuff get nice and tender.
Do you guys have any questions I could answer?
Well, we were going to order some.
Yeah. Barbecue is good at cooking meat, right? And like the ultimate meat is like just a big, awesome, badass steak. So we do steak reservations. You can book your reservation here. You get a server. You come in at a certain time. You don't have to wait in line. You can order anything else you want off the menu.
So it's going to be local bacon with a jalapeno chive cream frige. Enjoy, guys.
We were always very limited in what we could do at the food truck. So when we got into the restaurant, that's something I really wanted to do, was do some kind of dinners here.
My name's Cole. Cole. Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. Laney, nice to meet you, sir. They sent somebody from the mayor's office, and today was declared Leroy and Lewis Day in Austin. All right, there you go. So you guys get to dine with us on Leroy and Lewis Day. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah. Aaron and Ben have cooked most of the food that you guys are going to eat tonight, and they also smoked your steak. Once you step in.
And people always want to go look at the pits when they're at a restaurant. I kind of thought of pairing those together, making sure that we could do like a full table service here. It's a really cool experience, the steak experience.
These are all house butchered and house aged.
This is some beef tallow that has a little bit of rosemary and garlic in it. And some herbs that grow in our garden, some oregano. Then this is that steak sauce Matthias was talking about. Enjoy, guys. Thank you so much.
Enjoy. Did you guys need anything else at the moment?
This is a neighborhood restaurant, and a lot of people come here for dinner. So we can't just make a certain amount and sell out. We need to be able to serve everybody that comes in here.
Because it will require, yes.
Do you guys still do the bacon rib?
Oh yeah, every Saturday. We take the half hogs that come in, We cut out the whole belly with bone in still. Then we cure that whole slab like a slab of bacon for 7 days. And then we smoke it like a whole slab of bacon, and it'll get tender and nice and crusty. And it kind of presents like a beef rib, but it tastes like a pork belly burn end. The customer experience at Leroy and Lewis, I hope that they walk away going, wow, barbecue can be so much more than I ever thought it was.